Alright guys, we are to the next step in the process. We got all the old countertops taken out. And we got the templates laid down here to see how everything fits. So you gotta have 30 inches for your stove opening. I don't know. I hope it was made exactly like the other countertops were. So if you look right here, we don't have enough. That's because the material was added on after the fact. So we've got to make sure as a templater that we make sure that we have our 30 inches for a stove opening. If not, it doesn't work out for your installers. Ever. Very frustrating when you've mentioned something 100 freaking times and then you come out here and you still don't have 30 inches. It's 100% not going to work. So why can we not get that right? I don't know. So, and I'm also going to have to clean out the caulk on top here so that the backsplash sits right. I guess I'm going to have to cut into the wall over here so that that top can go in, or cut the top outside so that I get my 30 inches of cooktop. Also, over here, I've got an issue that I've got to fix so that I can get my 30 inches. Probably going to cost me at least an hour because we didn't get it right on the freaking cooktop opening. But we're also going to have to bring our level in here, laser, and find out how level the cabinets are. Obviously, we're going to have to do a little something back here on the end of the Lazy Susan to steady this up. Those are not very good at all. As you can see, it's just stuff nobody sees or cares to see. But anyway, just wanted to update you guys where we were at. Alright guys, I got a confession to make. It only took me about 10 or 15 minutes to cut this wall and this wall over here, rather than the hour I said it was going to cost me. So, I apologize for my rant. But if you are an installer and you're going back to the shop to cry about your templater not leaving you enough space for the opening, definitely going to want to say it took you an hour instead of 10 minutes. And then as the owner, I think you definitely want to go ahead and fire that person just because they're a crybaby. And they're throwing their teammate under the bus rather than talking to the teammate about the problem and having them fix it. Now, on the other hand, if they've spoken to that teammate multiple times and still didn't get it fixed, then it's all right to be a crybaby and come and tell the owner. And then it will be 50-50 on whether the owner fires them for being a crybaby or not. This is coming from my time at Stone Design Center, where Hernan and Jaime would both cry about everything. They would bring the job back. Like, I swear to God, if where the backsplash butted together, if it was like a 30-second off from being flush, they would bring it back to the shop. And the owner would be like, okay, and get on to the saw guy, rather than talking to the installers about putting a little piece of paper under there to make it perfect or something. Anyway, I regress. It only took me about 10-15 minutes to cure that problem. A lot of times, if you quit whining and complaining and start thinking about a solution, you can normally figure it out. Alright guys, so as you can see, we pulled out those little triangle pieces of wood that flopped around. And we put our laser level up, and we got everything level, and we put in strips of wood here so that our tops will have something secure to rest on. So now at this point, we're going to start carrying some tops in. Alright, at this point we have got all the tops in. They're in safely. side over here, of course, doesn't get a seam or anything in it. This side over here, of course, the slab wasn't long enough to get it in one piece, so we've got one seam. And I'm using my Gorilla Grips here to pull the seam together and get it perfectly level. I've got my color mix, Luna Pearl. I went with like a whitish gray. That's going to be my preliminary color. You can kind of see here where I've got it together. And once that's finished, it'll look real good. You know, when you're leveling it, you just use this razor and make sure it doesn't catch anywhere. See where I had to go into the walls a little bit to get my 30 inches. I'll where my tape measure's at right here. David has got my backslash set up, ready to be cut outside. We try to stay busy. As you can see, I've got right at my 30 inches. Got my 30 inches, so we know the stove's going to go in. And once the seam's together, we'll get it knocked out, and then I'll go cut my backsplash. We'll get the tear out loaded on the wooden A-frame we built on the trailer and strapped down, and you know, caulk, clean, seal everything, and wrap it up. I'll keep you posted. So I got my seam put together here. It's here, but you can see the line a little bit, and I got a few little holes. So I went with that grayish white color for the preliminary color. So now I'm going to put a secondary to fill in any of those little pits. So what I'll do is I'll separate a little bit of this, and I'll add some more white or some more gray to it, just to kind of match one of the spots. And then afterwards we'll put some little black dots in it to camouflage it even better. Also, you'll notice I cut all that caulking that they had up there. It was not nice looking. It was really big and all that. So I couldn't put the splash up against that. So I had to clean all that off. So right now I'm going to put my secondary coat on the seam. I'm going to polish the front here where it goes together. And then work on my backsplash. And then clean seal and all that other stuff. Alright guys, we have finished the job. All the tops are installed, clean and sealed. Aftercare sheet has been placed. We always leave the aftercare sheets, a couple pins, and a couple business cards with the YouTube channel, website, and all that on it. The aftercare sheet talks about buffing off the sealer the following morning, being careful not to touch the silicone or the painter's caulk, undermount sink, so on and so on. I'm sorry, we're not 100% complete. We have to put the drawers back in the holes because we did take them out, and they're over here. I will go ahead and start placing them back in the holes. Also the seams, we've already swept up the floor. We're putting back our rugs. Seam is right here. You can see it just a little bit. Luna Pearl's real easy to hide the seam in. So I think it turned out pretty good. We've also got a seam in the backsplash here. And then when we tore out their old countertops, they had a big huge hole in the wall here. I don't know what it was, but we filled it best we could. They're going to have to do some touch-up painting. You saw the wood we put in. Everything turned out nice and level. I got a 50-50 zero radius undermount sink. Got it all mounted. Dishwasher bracket installed under there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Dishwasher bracket. Okie dokie. I've got to finish caulking this out. Okay, fast forward 5 minutes. David had actually caulked out the other top, but I think I was polishing it in the way over here, so I didn't get that one. So now they're both caulked out. All right, and of course on this we use the transparent white silicone so that it matches the stone and all that best. And then of course they're going to have to touch up paint or put some tile around here. We just kind of put some painter's caulk, that way it looks finished. And if they decide to paint, they can paint directly down to the backsplash. Template states a one-hole faucet, so one-hole faucet's what they got. And like I said, we swept up the floor and all that, and another job in the books. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions or comments, feel free to list them down below. And if you haven't subscribed, we would appreciate you to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Bye.